Hey folks, continuing with experimenting a little bit with video. This time it's in low light, it's the day before everybody goes back to school here in PA. Definitely a sort of change in mood everywhere. All the kids are grumpy, and the Sunday scaries, as somebody recently mentioned. But for us parents, a lot of people post memes and things, the day before they go back, because we get some structure back, some semblance of normality, which is not a bad thing. But in the theme of sort of the video stuff that I'm trying out, I had an idea to sort of talk about to try to do a little bit of storytelling. I got such a positive feedback, so much positive feedback when I did the last one, when I was talking about our first trip into the US, and so I thought let's continue along that theme. Let's do some storytelling. We've had experiences as a family that maybe not everybody has had, in so many ways or planes. I mean, the fact that we've sort of lived in 3 continents. I grew up in Africa. My dad was a naturally adventurous person, so we always did adventurous things. Sometimes we got in trouble, and I'm going to tell some stories, but nothing too crazy for sure. But definitely want to sort of share our experiences, and maybe people enjoy it. I get asked by kids a lot, my own kids, friends that they make, family and stuff like that, to share the story. So let's try that on a broader platform. So I'm going to start with a story here. It's nothing too crazy, but it's about a snake. It's about an incident we had with a cobra, and Elke, my oldest daughter, is part of this story. So for those who don't know this, and I had to research this a little bit, but cobras are extremely dangerous. They're very venomous. I didn't realize this, but up to 90,000 people a year die from snake bites. That's more than any other animal except for mosquitoes through malaria and people. Snakes are responsible for the 3rd most deaths out of any animal. And cobra is one of the top killers in that respect, mostly in Asia, but also in sub-Saharan Africa. So anyway, what happened was Elke and I, we were building a house in South Africa, and the house was, they were busy building it. We sort of built it. We were in charge of the building, but we used, subcontractors and folks like that to build the house. So we go, it was on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, I can't remember, and we go out, and Elke was still little. I mean, she was 2 years old, 2.5, 2 years old. And we go out, and it's middle summer. Actually, she was 2. She was less than 2 years old, and it's middle summer. And so we go out, and I park, and the cars are the other way around in South Africa. So on the one side, we drive on the right-hand side. You drive on the left-hand side, so you're in the right side, and Elke was on the left side in the baby seat. And she gets out, and I'll never forget the sound in my whole life. I heard something sailing in like the brushes. I didn't see it. I didn't hear like a twitch in the grass or anything like that. I heard a sailing sound, and I mean, when I heard that, I just knew this was something massive. This was something enormous, and it gave me shivers. And so I kind of ran around the car, and I grabbed Elke, and I pulled her away, and there was nothing that I could see. But then after a little bit of investigation, I saw the snake like against the wall, probably about 4 or 5 meters away from where Elke was standing. And this massive snake, I thought it was, at the time I thought it was about 6 foot, Cape Cobra. And like I mentioned before, one bite could kill an adult, never mind a kid. And Elke is naturally inquisitive. I mean, she gave us a hard time as a kid, running around and exploring and things. So So it's good that I grabbed her, you know, because those snakes, it was a very hot day as well, so when it's hot they can get aggressive. But anyway, so and then I followed the snake, and oh yeah, what I remember very well is there was one area of its body that was like thick, probably like as thick as a cat, or maybe like a Jack Russell or something. And I don't think it ate a cat, but I think it ate a big rat, or I don't know if cobras eat birds, probably not, but it ate something big. You know, you could still see it in the, like, you know, digesting in the snake. And so I saw it, but I couldn't see like the head and the tail in the same, like, you know, scene, if you want to call it that. It kind of sailed away, and then you could see the head, and then you could see the tail a little bit further away. So I knew it was big. And then but then it went into like a block, probably about as big as a couch of like concrete blocks, and it kind of hid in there. So Elke and I went and we checked out the house, and we saw, you know, what we wanted to see. We saw the progress and so forth. And then when we were finished there, I went back out again, and you know, we got on the car, and I called Nature Conservation to see if they can come collect the snake. And they sent out a guy, and you know, he came out when it was sort of getting a little bit dark, almost like now. And he found, and we were helping him look. So it was a little bit dusky already in this sort of block of concrete, in this sort of block of concrete blocks. And I noticed that the guy was completely drunk, like the snake handler, the snake catcher, whatever you want to call it. I saw he was definitely drunk. And so, you know, I got really nervous for this guy, because I knew, you know, if he get caught, he'd be in sort of trouble. And I phoned his boss. I walked away, you know, just a bit, because I don't want anything to happen and me be on the phone and the snake comes out and gets me. So I walked a little bit away, and I was talking to his boss, and I told his boss, look, you have to call this guy off, because I already tried. He refused, but he's going to get really bitten today, and if he can't control the snake, you know, there were kids around and stuff, it could get very nasty. So anyway, as I turn around, as the guy agreed with me, I turn around, you know, back to kind of address it, and the guy caught the snake. He caught it, and he put it in like a little plastic bag, a little it was a black bag, and off he went, and he released it somewhere. And you know, I hope he released it. We never confirmed, but I'm pretty sure he did. But that was quite an adventurous day with this big old snake. And in the end, it turned out not quite 6 feet. I'd probably say about 5 feet. But it was a big snake, long snake, and you know, it was quite scary. A little bit of an adventure up in Africa. Yeah, let me know if you guys find this entertaining or interesting. I've got plenty of more. That was a mild one, but we'll see. If people like it, I might do some more. Thank you very much.